Christmas. We're here. So is Scotia. Hey there.
Hey, good girl. Yeah.
I hope everyone's having a lovely Christmas day. Or for our North American viewers, of which there are a great many, I hope they've woken up to a lovely Christmas morning. Let this be your first gift. A blind tasting like no other, because as much as we have been led, sometimes maybe a little too generously, by our board of clues for this month's raft of blind tastings, we have to leave it all behind for this last one. We have to leave our climbing gear in a neat little pile. The flashlight, it's all got to go. We have to go wander out alone, old school styles, and so some people, everyone's, oh yes, finally they're going to screw it up completely, yes. And we probably are, but hey, we'll do it with style.
Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, hey, everyone's welcome here. If you're of drinking age and you enjoy whiskey, or don't. What's under the tankard of obfuscation? For final time, whiskey number 25. Technically the 26, but day 25. Oh, God,
oh, no.
It's additional obfuscation.
It's the sock of obfuscation.
Oh, God, the sock of mystery.
And here it is.
This delightful flask-shaped bottle.
Yep, the unique one for Christmas Day. Let's get straight in there. Wait, give it the shake.
Oh, yeah.
Got to do the science. Inconclusive.
Foam, but it didn't stick around.
No.
There's the finest ring of bubbles there now. Interesting.
All right, let's get in there. Is it going to be something... The options are... Is it going to be something super classy? Is it going to be something super weird? Is it going to be something super savage? Have they saved the... Has the diddler been waiting in the eaves for our weakest, Christmassiest moment to really, really get us? Here we are. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's going to be a lovely, deliciously pickable whiskey as I spill some on my hands. All right. Well, first things first, that's a rich old whiskey there. That is either deeply coloured or it's been some wickedly naughty casks.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely spankable casks in there.
That aroma, though, that's...
Ooh, I don't think that's
familiar
colour.
and mysterious.
I don't think that's colour. I think we're genuine here.
Oh, am I getting a hint of port cask?
I think you... Well, I think it's sherry for sure. European wood all over the shop here.
Now, I have an inkling I know what this is, but I don't want to say it for reasons
not yet.
Exactly.
You'll destroy me. You will ruin my process. Okay, here's what I'm getting. I am getting... Obviously, the colour is all you need to see, and I think that is genuine, and that we have got a very, very sherry-dominated dram here. There is lovely... Talking about Christmas, there is plum pudding.
Yeah, I'm getting figs
Christmas
and prunes.
cake.
It is...
Lots of preserved fruit. Toasted nuts.
Yeah.
There's a really nice, like a dark, a runny honey going on in
pinch
there.
of chocolate.
Beeswax as well. It's quite strong. I think that's 46%. But it's not mega strong. We've been on a real journey of ABVs, and I think outside of a few outliers, we've been pretty good at picking the strengths. Some of the really, really high ones have fooled us. I think there's a certain bit where the science runs out, but we've been fairly consistent on picking 43s from our 40s, from our 46s, and this is either a 46 or a 43 as far as my nose science goes. So yeah, I've got a contender of my own, but we'll see. Oh man. Ooh man, this is a Dave whiskey.
Oh god,
this is a Dave whiskey for sure.
I have a guess for exactly what this is, but I don't want to bring it out just yet.
Let's both say a distillery at exactly the same time.
Okay.
No, let's do the tasting notes first. Keep them in suspense. We've only waffled for 4 minutes yet. They have to endure so much more.
There's a nice hint of spice, ginger biscuits, some good throat warming black pepper.
Yeah, there is. Not sure about
pinch of clove.
Not as much on the pepper, but yeah, ginger, clove. Lots of nice warming. There's all spice in here. There is preserved citrus rind,
rich sherry, some more lashings of port. Got to add just a touch of water,
and there's maturity.
Yes.
There's maturity. There's almost... I'd be jumping the gun if I made a suggestion here, but... Okay. You're right, water. That's sensible. And we can observe this for Cloud as well.
It's luscious, it's smooth. It fills the mouth and the palate and the soul.
Not getting a lot of clouds, so we might be we might be chill filtered rather. Maybe made it a little bit more spirity, but otherwise that hasn't done a huge... That has not transformed anything here. Okay. If this is even close to what I think it is, then we 100% don't deserve it. One. So I'm gonna count down from 3, and we're both gonna say the distillery we're thinking.
After 3, yeah.
Yep. It'll be after 1. It'll be the next beat after 1. So 3,
3,
2, 1, distillery.
Say. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So 3, 2, 1.
Glendronach.
Oh, okay. Well, they're both Glens,
and
they're both quite close together. I like this. I
believe I'm tasting a port finished Glendronach.
Yeah, I think you're safer because the only way this works for, how do I not remember the thing I just said? Glenfarclas is a family cask. Because I've tasted this sort of thing before, but it's not anything from the... We've recently tasted a Glenfarclas 40 years old, which was very, very sherry influenced. It's still not that. This is nigh on 100% sherry all the way down, and I have tasted that from family casks before, and if they really lavished us with a final dram, that could have been it. And that's... Ooh, if they've done that, they shouldn't have, because we're not... we're not deserving. We are undeserving of Glenfarclas family casks. I think, on balance, your pick is probably safer.
So I'm thinking back to what I still regard in my mind as the greatest whiskey of all time, which is the 20-year-old Glendronach Tawny Port finish. It is what I regard as the god dram. It is the Ur whiskey, the one dram to rule them all. I finished my last remaining bottle of it, as in my only bottle of it, close to a decade ago. So before this channel, sadly, I still have a bottle. It's a treasured memento.
Yeah, I remember it. It was a pretty cracking old dram.
That was the first thing that kind of convinced me that yes, whiskey can be just more an experience, not just a novelty.
So I'll give myself the very, very brief saving face out that there's a slim chance this is a Glenfarclas family cask, but I think the safer pick is yours with the Glendronach, which leads us to what Glendronach is. I'm not so sure about the port because there is no milk chocolate in here, and every single time, even in the heavily peated examples, we end up with port matured, even significantly port finished. That milk chocolate comes up again and again and again and again, and it's something, it's spooky how often it comes in. I think this might be, if it's Glendronach, it might be the Parliament, which is the 21, I believe. 21, Parliament.
But and it used to be top dressed with much even older whiskey.
It used to be one of the, well, it might have been one of the cheapest, best 21-year-old whiskies you've got. You know, and this is going back maybe 10 years. Maybe not quite that long, but
I reviewed it one while you were away in Europe and gave it a stonking high score in the low 90s.
So not quite 10 years, that has subsequently spiralled, out of affordability and availability. There just isn't that much old Glendronach left. But as for what else it could be, I just don't know. I remember the 12 is pretty soupy, pretty heavy, but it's got a real youth these days. Ever since that production gap, and this is another encyclopedia question. I know there was a conspicuous production gap in Glendronach, which meant that a lot of their age statements were actually significantly older than stated, but I'm not sure which ones that captured over
Parliament
which
in
time.
particular, I think, and maybe the 18-year-old, which I forget the name of.
Allardyce, I think it is the 18. It tastes too soupy for the Allardyce. I remember that being quite refined, quite gentle for Glendronach. One of their lighter expressions compared to the 12 and the 16. I kind of like this for Parliament. 21, but we're allowed to have individual guesses here because we've already got the distillery.
You're thinking possibly Glenfarclas family cask.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
I think it's a good pick. I will be happily pin my bet to Glenfarclas, older Glendronach.
Yep. No, I think. Well, we still have to pick one distillery, and so I'm with you on the Glendronach because I think it's much safer.
Sure.
But as for just musings on which one it is, I'll say I think this could possibly be the Parliament. The Parliament. And if you had a pick as to which exact bottle it was, just to see if we can
Afraid
slam
not.
dunk it. No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not
All
up
right.
to speed on the latest releases from Glendronach,
Well,
so...
we're both together here
Yeah.
on Glendronach.
Oh, and
we're
Scotia
good
has
to go.
joined us for a big
Yeah.
reveal. Hello, pup.
What does she think?
There you go.
What's she whispering?
Let's move out the way. There you go, so you can behold the dog face.
She says, I think
What
it's
could it be?
food for me.
What's it smell like,
Is
pup?
usually
The
what she
nose-
thinks.
Oh, nope.
Okay, here it comes.
Sensibly, alcohol and dogs do not mix. Do not give your dogs
The
whiskey
final
or
one.
any booze.
The final one, I'll dispense with it all together. We can see the high-tech privacy.
got?
Oh, it's upside down. The high-tech privacy screen will fall away. Look at that production. Ring a ding ding! It's Glendronach, folks.
Allardyce.
It's the Allardyce.
Yes.
18-year-old bottled 2018 distillery closed. Oh no, they've got the info. They've got the info that I was
we got
missing.
the deets.
Distillery
Yeah.
closed from 1996, so this is over 20 years old. Merry Christmas! Amazing, amazing. So actually, my parliament wasn't far off.
Yeah.
That was kind of in the zone there.
It is from that notable period when
Yeah.
Glendronach is bottled mostly above their stated age.
Well, almost exclusively, just because they didn't
Yeah.
have any young whiskey. Amazing.
So the
these
20-plus-year-old Glendronach 18-year-old.
Yeah, these
Excellent.
bottles are museum pieces now because they have their production is well and truly caught up
Yeah.
now. So if you get stuff bottled in the modern era, it's far closer to the stated age. You don't get that bonus bit of maturation, and this must have been the absolute sweet spot for
Yeah.
getting older stuff. What are you up to? Scotia disagrees, but never mind. She feels neglected. So this is both an incredible Christmas treat. Thank you very much. We whiskey benefactors here should not be their efforts should not be understated. True whiskey heroism coming out of the community this time, providing I think a much more exciting calendar than we would have ever gotten off the street.
So just my favourite distillery coming up in
yeah.
their final day. It is a wonderful Christmas gift.
Imagine the ultimate Dave whiskey.
Hell yeah.
Except for going back in time and getting another bottle of that port matured 21
yes.
or whichever it was. But
Port finished 20.
But no, this is a whiskey curated by someone who truly knows Dave's tastes, and that's how we know that the community it does
Yes.
pay attention. Because my goodness, that is a scrummy
In
old
fact,
whiskey.
there's a little left in the bottle. May I have a
Yeah.
top up? I have
Go for
somehow
it.
devoured my entire, probably quite small pour. So.
Oh, I'm taking this hat off. This is just too low for this nonsense.
Oh, golly. Yep.
Oof. I hope everyone is having a swinging Christmas thus
Yeah.
far.
At the very least, just a pleasant day.
Or maybe
generally,
a-
if
maybe
Christmas
a-
is not your deal.
Maybe a steady Christmas, maybe a straight along the line Christmas, as long as it's not a bad Christmas. No one wants a bad Christmas, but hey, not to worry. What do they say? Safe and sane, or is that fireworks? Who knows? Okay, this is really good. I'm really, really glad about the pick.
Yeah.
Glendronach that's in my fistful of whiskies that I can pick, which is about 5 of ones I'm confident in. Sadly, Springbank used to be one of those, but after missing the local barley, I'm now a bit shook. I'm now a bit shook on that. I think I might have to return that to the office until I've done my penance and gotten a bit better at picking Springbank, because
You'll be forced to sample a bunch of Springbanks and
That
really
one-
absorb them and just really dive in deep.
I need to go
a harsh penalty indeed.
go to Springbank prison
Yeah.
and drink it every day.
Until you know it inside and out. Like, tough work, but someone's got to
It's
do
the
it.
only cure. Anyway, but on that list, which out of interest was Springbank, although maybe not anymore, Glendronach, Glenfarclas, maybe that one's brought into thing. Klein Leash, I've always been a good one for Klein Leash. And bugger, what was the last one?
One of the islands, perhaps?
No,
One
it's
island?
gone.
No?
Sorry, never mind. It'll come back to me later.
Sure.
Yeah, tremendous though, absolutely tremendous. This, I think, if there was a fitting final whiskey for us to have, then this is truly it. And good sport putting the probably $30 bottle of whatever right before that really had us primed for that had us hunted, had us in the crosshairs. So no, amazing, good stuff.
Yeah, it's like 2023 has been a year And I'd say I haven't really enjoyed myself this year, but this calendar, this has been genuinely fun. I have actually enjoyed going through this. It's been exciting, it's been engaging, it has given me a bit of joie de vivre for the first time in quite a while.
No, this has been
yeah,
great stuff, and it honestly, just whiskey heroism. We talk about it, but it really has been real this year. This has been. I really hope other people, the community, has enjoyed this. Us getting these awfully wrong or tenuously right. It is the very, very least we can do. For the people that put this together, and they know who they are. So Merry Christmas to you all out there, and a very, very happy New Year. We are going to have to come up with a whiskey of the year, and it's going to be it's going to be a hell of a staff pick, because we haven't been, as those following, we haven't been super active this year, so we haven't been drinking super many interesting, and especially not
new whiskeys,
now,
certainly.
whiskies.
Yeah.
So it might just have to be a whiskey of the year from the heart, but it doesn't mean we won't come up with one. I'll just go and start tasting super broadly right now between here and New Year's, and we'll come up with something off the cuff. But that has been the 25 blind tastings of Christmas.
Plus
I hope
parachute dram,
plus the parachute dram, and we'll still have to take it to the officials whether we get to get the points from that one or not. Looking at the board. Remarkably, I think I won't even bother counting them up, because that's a pointless number.
We'll have a detailed breakdown coming in a few minutes, probably, on the channel.
Yeah, we did better than not.
Oh yeah,
which makes this a piece of whiskey history here, because normally it's just a bumbling exercise in getting things wrong again and again and again and again, and once in a blue moon getting something right and it being astonishing. This one, with the power of the clues, if anything, I think it got a little bit too easy. We started gaming it far too hard, so we might have to revisit the format if we do this again, and I truly hope we do, because this has been so much fun, to make it that much more cryptic. I think a mega cryptic clue for each whiskey might
I've got
be
to
the
say,
one.
some of these clues have been very deceptive. We've had something that seems like, okay, this clearly refers to only one of these 2 or 3 whiskies, but no, there's something that other people know about and we don't, which is all too common, and we've been thwarted, bamboozled even.
Yeah, no, we were soundly dismantled by both the local barley and the 5-year-old age statement. Those were...
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? The local barley was a perfectly generous clue. We were just extremely crap on the day at actually knowing Springbank when we tasted it. But hey, never mind. Never mind. Anyway, we won't keep you any longer. Go be with your families, loved ones, dogs, cats, hamsters, whatever you've got going on. And we will combat the last of these
Fruit flies.
If you needed any more reminding that it's summer in our hemisphere rather than, enjoy the snow, guys. I wish. I freaking wish. Never mind. Slanger, we will be right back, as ever.